Well, YouTube is being weird on my phone, so I'm just gonna film the first, well, not the first, but the first makeup video on my phone. So if my mirror's in your way, I'm sorry. I'm new to this. I'll get better, I promise. But I just filmed like a really short video, just so that way I could share it with you guys and you guys could come and subscribe to my channel. It's just about primers that I use. Somebody else, well, I guess that same person too, had asked about what foundation I like to use. Oh, my face looks really white, but don't worry, that will all fix itself. But like I said, I have combination skin, so I feel like fully like matte, besides Fenty, all the ones that I've tried that's been super like mattifying just don't sit well on my skin. They like seep into like all the wrong places and they make all my imperfections just right on out there for display, and I just don't appreciate that. But the ones that I do use are more like semi-matte or like dewy ones, I guess, too. I'll show you some of my favorites real quick once I'm done beating my face. No, I feel like a lot of people get a lot of backlash when they share their opinions. I'm scared. But everybody's skin is different. Everybody's different in general, so I don't feel like that's very fair. Because what works for me might not work for you, and you might end up hating it. And vice versa. You could tell me something and be like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever tried in my whole entire life. And I try it, I'm like, interesting. But I'm never like a type to be like, like I'll just tell you I didn't like it. Or if I don't really know you that well, I'm honestly probably might lie and be like, yeah, and just never use it again. Because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, let me show you something that I really like. All-time favorite. You can see it's empty. It has little like tear marks. How sad it is. But it's Born This Way. I use the shade Vanilla. I don't know if it focuses or not. I'm blind, by the way. I don't have glasses, so I do my makeup without glasses. It's very hard sometimes. And then one that I actually fell in love with, I didn't think I would like, but I ended up really liking it, is by Becca. It's called Skin Love. Oh, it's so creamy and just so pretty. And another one by Too Faced, I tried Do You. This one's like a hit or miss for me. Some days my skin's just not having it. Other days it looks really good on my skin. So I don't know. But when it looks good, it looks good. And this one. I've been telling people about this one on my makeup page on Instagram because for me, I feel like it is a dupe. A very close dupe. Not like a bam, like nail on the head dupe, but very close dupe to Born This Way. So it was only like $15. You sell it at Ulta. I think they sell it at Walmart too, but I don't know. I found it at Ulta. It's called Flower Beauty. It's called Light Illusion. They don't really have a very good shade range. It's very minuscule, but the shades that they do have, I feel like would work well with a lot of skin types. But if you have like a very weird skin tone or picky undertones, it might not work for you, but it's really good for me. Okay, so foundation is on. Next, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. And some of you guys might really enjoy this because I've had a lot of people like, oh my god, your eyebrows are so cute. Honestly, when I first started, you can ask my sister, like, I would grab either eyeshadow, like when I first started doing my eyebrows, I did eyeshadow and I would just be like, me, and I wouldn't conceal them, nothing, so they just looked real, like, blurry. Like I had blurry edges. It was really gross. And then when I started using brow gel, I was scared. Oh, I use, probably would tell you what I use. Anastasia's Dip Brow. I use Ash Brown. But when I started using Dip Brow, let's get this way. I did it super light because I was like terrified of having like permanent marker eyebrow. So I did it really, really light. And I guess the more you do it, like the heavier handed you get, you learn your face. Like, but my sister used to make fun of me. She was just like, why do your eyebrows do that? Why do you do them so light? But my sister has always done really, really dark eyebrows. But she looks good in them. I feel like she can pull them off. I didn't feel like I could. Even now I don't fill them in like all the way. Which again, you know, some people are like, no, you're not supposed to do that. Blee, blee, blee. Makeup has no rules. Oh, shit. Makeup has no rules. If you want to be weird with makeup. Go ahead. If you feel good in that, you do you, boo-boo. I hate when people say, you can't do that. You shouldn't do this with makeup. There was a point in time where shimmers were specifically for your eyelid. Now they're for your face as highlight. So no. You can do whatever you want. I think that's what started me with makeup. The fact that everybody had like their own take. I just kinda got curious. And I wanted to paint on my face. So I was super against it. I didn't start wearing makeup till after high school. When I did wear makeup to like, well, I didn't wear any, but like when I started doing foundation and stuff, it wasn't until after high school. I just got super curious. I think that was when like contouring had first come out too, so I think it was a good time to learn. Because everybody was like, what is this? How do you do this color correcting? What the fuck? Which I tried and I did not like, by the way. Too confusing. Too many different variations of how to do it and just, but. Alright, I'm gonna contour my face next. I use cream contours and powder. I could do my cream, blend everything in, highlight, blend everything in, and then I set my face into my powders. People do it differently. Like one of my favorite beauty bloggers. I think her name is Lola Liner. I'm pretty sure I say that right, but I've never heard her actually say it, so I don't know if it's right. But she does her so good, and I learned most of like the way that I do it from her. Not the exact technique, same technique as her, but just like the basic ideas, you know? Get out of their hair. But the idea behind contouring is to just slim your face. I have a very round face, so for me, I like to carve out my cheekbones. And then I don't really have a very defined jawline, so I draw that in there as well. And I honestly feel like contouring without your nose just doesn't look right. So that's why I do my nose. It's not really to slim anything down. If you notice it, I don't go like, I don't know. I don't go all crazy with it. I feel, but you might feel differently. I just kind of beat around the edges. And now let's blend it up. I don't ever really touch the middle. That sound though. I have tried to do this with a brush and I just cannot. I've tried foundation applications with it, can't do it. tried like contouring with brushes. I just can't. I think I'm just like too heavy-handed with the brush. Like, you guys see how I beat my face with the beauty blender. Can you imagine me with a brush? No. It's pretty awful. Alright, there's my contoured base. Then I take some concealer. Oh, I don't know if I told you guys what I use. But I use the Anastasia's cream contour stick. I think they're her stick foundations. Like the same formula she uses for stick foundations, but she just has specific shades for contouring. And this one is a shade of Fawn. I don't think it's focus. Whatever, it's called Fawn. Just like everybody else, I use Dark Shape Tape. This one is in Fair Neutral because I'm almost the color of snow. And the highlighting is supposed to highlight the high points of your face, I guess is what the people that I've heard usually call them. But it's basically just everything you didn't contour. That's an easy way of putting it. Probably used too much, honestly, but I'm a glutton. What can I say?